What's up, guys? Welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Ater Ayodeji. In today's video, we're gonna be diving in five major tips in which you could use to get your USA visa or any visa interview. In which five major tips in which you can use to pass any general visa application or USA visa. So before we ride on to this show, I just want to implore you to just please help us subscribe into our YouTube channel. That is the engine that keeps us running. That makes us to feel like you guys are enjoying us each and every day we are dropping a new video. And I want to use this opportunity to thank my returning subscribers and for those of you who have subscribed onto our channel. Join the family, join the train now if you haven't subscribed. In today's video, we're going to be learning five major tips in which you could use to get your USA visa. So let's just ride on to the show. Let's click on number one tips without wasting much of our time is don't lie. Whenever you are a counselor is asking you questions, whatever it is, just go straight to the point. Tell the counselor. If he asks, what's your name? Don't mingle or do not panic. Do not try to tell him what is not inside your DS form. So you just have to just go straight to the point. You don't have to lie to your counselor. If he asks you, have you ever traveled before? Tell them. If you have not, tell them no. If you've traveled before, tell them yes, you've traveled. And I remember a case. I have an applicant, I have a client that back in those days, he was going on for the USA interview and he has applied, he has come for the interview. You know, everything on the USA, they have a very good rate of keeping record. They keep their records. The guy was once interviewed and he failed the interview. That very man, that counselor now asked him, have you ever applied for USA visa before? Instead for him to say yes, I've once come here, he told the counselor no. Then the counselor just searched his name. He brought out all his information. That made him to lose that visa entirely. That man had to tell him, no. You can never get USA visa. Yes. And he gave that guy 10 years ban. So for you never to be given for you, don't allow anybody to give you any ban, please. You don't have to just tell lie. If they ask you, have you ever applied for USA visa? If it is true, if you have applied before, tell them yes, you have. And if you haven't, tell them no, you haven't. So if they ask you, have you ever traveled before? If it is true, tell them yes, you've traveled. They might ask you, where have you been? Where have you been? If you tell them Dubai, or if you tell them Benin Republic, they might ask you, where is Cotonou? Where is Port Novo? If it is Dubai, they might ask you, where is Abu Dhabi? Where is Dubai? What part of Dubai have you been to? They might ask you, they might want to divert you into some questioning. So you don't need to lie to them. Tell them the simple truth and let the truth set you free. That is tip number one. Tips number two is don't argue. You don't have to argue with the counselor or anybody interviewing you. Just go straight to the point. When they ask you this question, tell them yes, you know it. If you don't know, tell them you don't know. Or if you are not very clear about what they're asking because of their accent or whatever, tell them you can repeat yourself again. And if you do not understand English, it is very considerable. Tell them you need an interpreter. They will make provision for that for you. It is your right for you to ask, man, I do not understand more English. I needed an interpreter. Don't be shy to say that. That's tip number two. Don't argue. Tip number three, don't forget to bring all your supportive documents. Every supportive document you are required to bring for an interview, you have to bring them because those are the evidences that will make them to grant you your visa. If they ask you to bring your CAC, bring it. Make sure you bring it. Your statement of account, make sure you bring it. Your birth certificate, make sure you bring them. Your results, make sure you, anything they ask, all your supporting documents that will help you to procure your visa, make sure you provide them. That is tip number 3. Tip number 4, be bold in answering questions. Whenever the consular is trying to ask you 1 or 2 questions, be bold. Try and be bold and answer them one by one. Make sure you answer those questions into details. Try and convince them on your own, according to your own capacity. Try, do not panic, be bold. Be real. Let me use this let me use this very, very serene English. Be real with everything they are asking you. Be bold, be real, and make sure you answer to details onto your own level, to your own capacity. Just be details. So that is tips number 4. The last but not the least on my list here is don't use fake document or forge any accounts. You don't have to do that. In fact, the worst things you might done to yourself is for you to use fake document and the consular discover this statement of account or this social thing is fake with the US embassy. Oh man, you're not going to get that visa. Or with any of the Western world, the Europe, the Canada, or whatever. If you use any fake document, oh man, you forget it. You can't get it. So if you cannot get it, just have to forget about it, according to that man. So those are the 5 major tips that if you apply those things, you will definitely get your USA, Canada, or any other visas. Whenever they call you for interview, you just have to apply those 5 tips. So I'm going to be repeating myself from the beginning to the end in order to give you the top stories of today's video. I'm going to be repeating it one by one. Number 1, don't lie. Number 2, don't forget to bring all your forgetting documents. Number 3, do not argue with your consular. Number 4, be bold. Number 5, do not use fake documents. And that is that for today's video. And before you go, never forgetting to just hit up the subscribing button. Give this video a huge thumbs up. I wanted this video to get at least 1,000 thumbs up in order for you to suggest this video to any other person, because by doing that you are helping the family, you're helping others to know, to get wise about travels education. And never forget, I'm going to see you some other time. Thank you. God bless you.